Hello and welcome to Football 301. I am your host, Nate Tice. Here we are recapping week 14 on a very entertaining day. To help me do that, like every Sunday, my guy, Mr. Forverts, Charles McDonald. How you doing today, Chuck? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. Today was pretty fun. We had some blowouts, but I think more close games than we've gotten in past weeks. So to end the day, or at least to end like the first window of games before Sunday Night Football with that banger between the Packers and Bears, that was fun. I mean, I don't remember the last time I've watched a game between the Packers and the Bears that had stakes for each team, and to see it come down to like the last play. That's ultimately what you want to see, like if you're tracking the Bears' progression. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
It was a couple first round quarterbacks ago. I think it was the last time we saw that with a competitive game between the Packers and Bears for the Bears, I should say. No, it was with all the weather we had. I thought we might get a little bit more sloppiness. There was some sloppiness that we'll talk about, but there was a lot of good ball, a lot of entertaining play. I thought a lot of like high leverage plays from good players, if that makes sense, where I think guys really performed, which we'll talk about as well. Might as well just get into it. We're going to take you through the ups and downs of week 14 with 3 highs, 3 lows. We'll start with that game you just mentioned at Lambeau Field. The Packers take control of the NFC North, the very competitive NFC North, because the Lions are still hanging there in there as well. The Packers win 28-21 against the Bears. Like you mentioned, very entertaining game. That both teams had moments where they felt like they had the momentum. Yes, I'll use the M word, where it felt like each team had a control for a second or just had a nice stretch, had big plays on both sides of the ball. I thought Jordan Love, I mean, obviously he had a few touchdowns today, had some unbelievable throws, and really against the blitz as well, against the Bears blitzes. Caleb Williams had some moments at the end and then had the pick at the very last play of the game to seal it. What do you think of this one, Chuck? I'm still catching my breath because this one just wrapped up before we went live.
For the first half, I thought it was going to go kind of how we talked about it last week, where maybe if you're the Packers, you just come out guns blazing and try to rip off some chunk plays in the first half and dare them to keep up with you. Go into halftime and it was 14-3. And it's like, man, this one feels like it might be getting out of hand, just because I didn't see any real way the Bears defense was just going to like step up to the task and start slowing them down. But they just kept chipping away at it. In the run game in the second half, like especially the third quarter, man, they really just took it to the Packers. And it felt like they were starting to take control of that game. And to me, like that's even though they end up losing the game on the last play, and maybe not a great ball by Caleb, but man, I think the Packers deserve a lot of credit for how they just snuffed that out, like all 3 levels. You really had to know where you could go with that. But it's fourth down, so you got to throw it up and do something. Which I did respect, because we've seen some quarterbacks this year just not throw the ball on fourth down and just eat sacks and do really weird stuff. So at least you put the ball in the air. But the fact that you can just sustain a drive like that against a good defense is just another sign of growth for this team. And I think we saw, like most people, like just about everyone's saying, they were 9-3, top of the NFC, but no one like thinks this is like an elite team. They're still a growing team, but a good team, I think you could say. Like the offense is officially good. Like they've arrived on a national audience today.
Yeah, I think the Packers I consider one of the top teams, and just not just the NFC, the NFL. And the fact that the Bears went toe to toe with them and had made mistakes, but still were in it. I think, like you said, that's just a sign of growth. I think they're way ahead of schedule. Like they feel like a very feisty team that like is a wild card team, as opposed to like, yeah, they're getting lucky and this is all going to fall out from them because of this and that. I mean, the first drive, the Packers were just methodical, and I was just like, ooh, this could be a long day for that Bears defense. And then Love gets sacked, throws, and then I think he throws the pick, because the guy wasn't sinking. I think it was C.J. Gardner-Johnson, wasn't it? But he wasn't sinking because it was third and forever. And then I was like, oh, okay, here come the Bears. And then Colston Loveland fumbles. I was like, okay, all right, well, one of these teams is going to pull ahead. I'm going to have some like momentum narrative I'm going to talk about, but I thought both teams had moments. I'll start with the Packers because they won this game. But Jordan Love, I mean, the touchdown to Christian Watson on 3rd and 10 against cover 0, which was just awesome. Just guys of protection. They wadded up. I thought that was great because it was a great example of throwing a ball to a spot and letting the receiver kind of run to it, because Watson was going high and then he just brought him low. But then the Bo Melton touchdown was awesome. 55-yard throw in the air. I looked it up, 55.1 yards. He doesn't begin to throw that until Melton's 25 yards down the field, which is just like, it just shows how insane Jordan Love's arm is. And I think I said this in the group chat, I think, where I was like, if I want to just show, I don't know, like an alien, but someone that just has never watched NFL football, okay, this is what an NFL throw is, or this is like how hard the NFL is, was that throw right there, because it's like throwing it that far down the field. If he's inside or late, the safety closes on it. It's just the design of the play, how aggressive it was. And then the other touchdown, Christian Watson, was, I thought it was kind of fun. You mentioned the run game with Josh Jacobs. The last Christian Watson touchdown, the second one, it was an RPO, so zone read, and then the Packers run all these flat plays. You know, Tucker Kraft usually gets them, but for years, and they just ran like a slant and a flat off of it. But the Josh Jacobs touchdown at the end of the game to seal it, or to go ahead, was the same play. It was the same formation, same run play, but they just had something tagged differently with the routes. And I just thought it was funny that those plays feel so different in how they resulted. They both ended in touchdowns, but how they got there. But it was the same kind of little run RPO. But it just shows that, like, anytime the Packers team, even if they have moments of frustration, it's like the run game is good and they could just do that in the passing game. Jordan Love can just do that at any moment, just throw a haymaker and just poof, there's 7 points, even when you think you got them.
Yeah. I mean, so over the past month, the Packers are 4-0. And these Jordan Love numbers are kind of crazy. He's averaging basically 0.3 EPA per dropback, which is, I don't even know how to explain like how good that is. Yeah. Like MVP level. About 50% success rate, 20% explosive pass rate. He's getting pressured at 42% of his dropbacks, but he's only been sacked 4 times. Like he's really kind of ascended to another level. And I'm just glad that he's actually like good enough where he can throw that interception that he had in the to start the game, and it doesn't really matter because you're going to pick up so many chunk plays, so many explosives, and that's why you kind of live with those plays. You know, I like to make fun of him because I think it's funny when he has those plays, but they're not as frequent as like people who actually think he's bad might think. I really think the only thing that's kind of maybe stopping him from being in the MVP race, maybe the record, but also it's probably just a low volume passing offense. Like he's at 24, 21, 30, 25 passing attempts over the last 4 games. So like people still like the volume stats. You might not have those, but on an efficiency basis, man, he is just playing ruthless football right now.
Yeah, ruthless is right. It's there. I mean, even the first touchdown to Watson, you mentioned you kind of like make fun of him, like he's a Kobe fan and you can hear him saying Kobe. Yeah. Like every time he throws it. The first touchdown, the blocking is clean and he still throws a fadeaway. He still throws like a fadeaway, like he's got pressure in his face. Like, no, you got nobody in front of you. Yeah, he actually like says Kobe on it. Like I don't know. That's his rhythm, you know, like it's just how he throws it. No, and then I mean, Micah Parsons was relentless. I don't even know what his box score numbers ended up, but like it felt like there's so many times where Caleb was chasing him down, and that's where I'm so high on the Packers, is that they can run it and they can hit explosives like no matter what. And Jordan Love doesn't take sacks. You mentioned the low sacks with that amount of pressures. That's what's so cool, and it's not dink and dunk. It's just chunk play after chunk play, and different guys are stepping up. Bo Melton's catching touchdowns now. He was playing DB 3 months ago. I mean, their first round pick barely even saw him, felt him much. Christian Watson looked great after, you know, coming back from injury. Like Dobbs is still out there. They're just a really dangerous offense, really dangerous team. I mean, I'm feeling as good about them as about anybody in the entire NFL. Rams looked really good too. The Seahawks look good too. I will say the Rams looked really freaking good too. So I have to mention them as well. But the Bears though, like you said, like they got to feel pretty good about where the Bears are at. I thought it was pretty cool. The fight wasn't cool that broke out. That the flag happened, but I did think that it was the Bears receivers were really trying to block the Packers safeties. And if you ever watch like Evan Williams or these guys, and so that's why the scuffling happened, because they were just like really scrapping. I just thought the Bears played hard and they were relentless too. So any other thoughts on this game kind of at the end? I thought the Bears kind of offensive actions were cool. The Packers linebackers were running every which way on plays. And it was like, it was a good football game. I thought it was a really good football game.
Gotta give a shout out to Josh Jacobs. Throwback hard-nosed performance today. That was freaking awesome. I mean, the little pitch play on like 3rd and 1 where he broke through the line of scrimmage. I was like, oh no, like they got him, he's dead. And then nope, just popped right out through the other side, tried to run over a DB. Like that was really cool to see, because there's just nothing better. Nothing better than seeing a team be able to ride that, like ride their RB1 to like just to the finish line, and then they close. He finished with basically 0.2 EPA per rush today, 45% success rate, only 5% explosive rush rate. So like he's just boom, boom, boom.
That's
boom,
what it is,
boom,
man.
hitting you with jabs over and over again,
Yes.
and then you break one at the end. That was really, really fun game.
Their formula makes sense to me. The Packers, like, like how they get stuff done on offense, like just makes sense to me. Like it's kind of, there's stretches where it can be frustrating, but it's like, man, it can kind of go against any defense. Like they have an answer against any type of defense they might face. I just have to end too, because I just thought of it, but like Jordan Love against the blitz, like this is why I think it's suicide to blitz him, because he's so aggressive, but the protection's so good. He finished 8 of 11, 126 yards and 2 touchdowns against the blitz. Got pressured twice, 0 sacks. It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't against them right now. They're cooking, but I think the Bears are playing good football too. It's a really fun game. I'm glad I kind of got the ISO box that one. It's been a while since I got an afternoon ISO box, and I was in 3 games. I'm trying to take notes on. It was nice. Nope. Yeah, they made it worthy of it.
I turned off that Cardinals Rams game pretty quickly.
Oh, that was after Nakua's touchdown. I was like, yeah, I'm good here. I'm good. I'll catch this one later. We'll go to high number 2. This is the AFC South. This is the Jags take over the AFC South, winning 36-19. Adam Schefter tweeted the weather of this game a couple days ago or yesterday, and I quote tweeted like, "Uh-oh, Trevor in the rain. You just don't know what you're going to get. Like he's a mogwai. You don't know if he's going to turn into a gremlin. Like you don't know exactly what's going to happen when the rain comes out." And then other people mentioned, "Hey, Colts and Duval, kind of weird things happen whenever the Colts go down to Jacksonville." So it's kind of like competing forces working out here. I think the Jaguars' competing forces won here. Daniel Jones suffers an injury. Likely a very bad one, probably an Achilles. He was playing with a Lex Luger metal plate on his shin. So, looks like just a freak injury that just happens. No, just a bad injury, I should say. Riley Leonard got in there, but the Jaguars, I thought, and Trevor Lawrence had a very clean game, I think would be the best way to put it, even in the rain, which kind of stunned me because I was like, I'm kind of trepidatious about this. And I thought they had a nice, clean game on offense, and in the passing game especially, but what'd you think about this one, Chuck? Jaguars' performance, Trevor Lawrence, passing game, Jacoby Myers, the most important player in the NFL, Daniel Jones injury. Take it where you want it.
What our friend Richard Johnson said, Jacoby Myers is literally the greatest receiver in Jaguars history, and it was after he got like a 7-yard slant last week or something like that.
I think he said he saved his life last week.
Saved his life. That's right.
Saved his life. This man breaks news in college football.
Yeah, and he's freaking out over Jacoby Myers targets every single day in that damn chat. But it's good to see, like, just to see that we're not crazy about Trevor, and if you can just get a little more functionality around him, because it's not that I stopped believing that he was good, but I stopped caring what the outcomes were, because I was like, oh man, like I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you guys forever. Ultimately, like, we're all good here at the end of the day. I'm not to freak out about this, but it does feel good to see that he can still play at a pretty high level when the surroundings are a little bit more stable around him. And what I thought was good about the Jaguars today is this is like, I guess, more narrative or anecdotal based, but you didn't let any of that Jaguars crap from the past come into this game, because Daniel Jones goes down, here comes rookie Riley Leonard. You've seen the Jaguars have worse spots than that where they have messed up. So to actually just like take control of that game and push it all the way to the finish line with a really, really strong second half, that's what you want to see, like, from playoff teams. Don't take the cheese from these lesser opponents that you're going to face. Make the 6th-round rookie feel like he's a 6th-round rookie in a game against a playoff level team. And I thought that was just a good win for them, and I guess their outlook towards being able to win a game or two potentially in the postseason, because it really just does feel like the AFC is wide open, like the closer you get down to the finish line. Because we're going to learn a lot here in this Chiefs Texans game that's coming up tonight. But man, like, you can really make a case to me for like 8 or 9 teams to win the Super Bowl this year, which is I'll go 8. I don't think the Colts have a chance anymore, but still, like, there's a lot going on here. And man, I think if you're a Jacksonville fan and you're looking at today, shoot, why not us? Why not see if we can go on a run here? Because it really does seem like it's up to the taking for anyone.
Since week 10, when Jacoby Myers started playing for them, the Jaguars rank 5th in dropback success rate, only behind the Rams, 49ers, Cowboys, and Patriots, 7th in explosive pass rate. We've seen the run game get cooking, and they had some moments today, a little bit more boom busty today, but they always kind of find answers. It's not the perfect run game. The offensive line isn't perfect. And Jacoby Myers really he had one drop today, so I have to mention that. But he just settles everyone down. BTJ gets to do what BTJ is good at. All of a sudden, he's running over the middle again. He had a nice little seam early in the game down the middle. But you get to see him go vertical. Of course, he had the one bobble going towards the sideline, but you can see Brent Strange out there. So I'm kind of adding on what you say, Chuck, is just like, why not us? Like this division and this conference is so wide open. And the Jags now have a 96% chance to make the playoffs and a 61% chance to basically win the division. I mean, the defense is opportunistic. I think they are game planned really well. They're not perfect, but that's what I just keep coming back to with all these AFC teams. It's like none of these guys are perfect. None of these teams are perfect. So it's kind of like who can really get hot. And if they play like this on offense, I mean, Trevor was 7 of 15 for 105 yards for 1 touchdown against the blitz today. He got pressured 4 times, didn't take a sack. He just didn't have any of those crap out moments that he always has. Like even before the half, he gets a touchdown. He breaks contain, goes to the left. He almost gets he breaks between 2 guys. And if he takes a sack, time's going to run out in the half. And you can even hear JJ Watt go, "Oh, can't take a sack here." And he splits it. And it's like, oh, maybe the vibes are just good in Jacksonville now. Because I've seen that happen where he gets hit there and it's just like something stupid happens. Always just near the red zone and everything. But yeah, just maybe some stuff is clicking right. I mean, he had a pass to Tim Patrick at the end of the game where he's booting he broke to his left. He made a guy miss. Throws a Tim Patrick to the left. And after he's all fired up and jacked up. And I thought he was going to headbutt Liam Cohen. But I don't know. Sometimes there's just good vibes going on, and they just had really good vibes. He finished with 51.5% passing success rate. They had 6 explosives. The fact that they can do this now and they're just doing this week after week, it's good stuff. Anything else? The wheel route touchdown, Jacoby Myers was sweet. Love the design. Love the throw. That was great. Bashal Tootin fumble. He had fumble issues in college. It hasn't been an issue so far in the NFL, but that was one little blemish as well today. Anything with more on the Jags you thought, Chuck?
I mean, I think tonight or today it was good to see it was good to see them, I guess, to kind of stuff the run for Indianapolis. This is probably one of the Colts' worst rushing games of the season. They weren't really effective with what they're trying to do all game. And I guess it's more like I said, you handled the opponent that you were supposed to handle. You had Riley Leonard, with a banged up offense, and this is his first action in your playoff team. You should handle business. I actually did think Riley Leonard did some nice stuff on late downs today. Third and fourth down, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I was like, this is not good. Down this 3 score. Jonathan Taylor fumbled. It's raining. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah. But also, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's about to go crazy and lead them to the playoffs. Their season's cooked. But you get to see what Riley's got, and the first the early down stuff was, but made some plays when they need to. And you showed a little bit of something.
Yeah, he had one little pass to Alec Pierce, kind of broke contain. He had a touchdown taken back on that. They called OPI on Pittman. That was a really nice process. That's why I was high on him. He was pretty good at the protection stuff in college. I thought a little bit better than you would realize because it was such a run-heavy offense. So he can make some plays. They have a 50% chance to make playoffs. And it's when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, Colts. But then they play the Seahawks, 49ers, Jags, and Texans. It's that's brutal. I mean, Texans, Seahawks, 2 of the top 3 top 4 defenses. 49ers defense isn't terrible. They're not great, but they can't really get pass rush right now. But then, but then the Jags defense again. So it's it's tough. It's tough on a coin flip right there. But yeah, Leonard will at least run around. I think he's accurate underneath. It's just the deep passes that are going to give you will make you scared a little bit on it. But they just are how quickly this changes. I mean, the Colts traded for Sauce Gardner and to make a push because everything we're saying about the AFC, it's wide open. If you have a snowball's chance in hell, you should push for it. Like I thought it was super aggressive. I would prefer if you went for a D lineman, to trade that much collateral. But I also kind of like understand in this year and what the makeup was. But since then, it's just been kind of like one thing after another, like truly Murphy's Law. And I mean, they have to figure. I mean, it's a 1-year contract for Daniel Jones. So this is what we talked about even before the season, good or bad. Like what you're going to have to make a decision anyways. Guy Anthony Richardson with his freak injury again, got an injury with an armband or a stretching band and broke his orbital bone. So yeah, I mean, they're crazy. I know. And so, yeah, the Colts just were feeling so good. I mean, we were legit. Everybody was loving the offense and everything that was going on. And they made a push and it just all came falling apart. And it just kind of stinks. I mean, an Achilles injury is an Achilles injury, but they just have so many questions now to answer, not just now, but just right when the season ends too.
Yeah, you're right. You're right back to where you started. Right back to where you started.
That's it. Hey, Anthony.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay?
Want to stay? That's the thing with the injury. It's not like, okay,
pick.
they were trending downwards and it was like they could still maybe make the playoffs and lose in the first round or something. But then it's like, oh God. But at least if they miss the playoffs, it's like, all right, we can sign Daniel Jones. All right, maybe we can figure out what exactly how to pay him. Now it's an injury and it's an Achilles. So now it's just like, oh my God. Like even if that was the plan, that path just gets muddied so much. So it's just, yeah. Even more questions for the Colts. I'm just really curious what's going to happen in the next couple of months because the first couple of months were so great. Jaguars, though, feeling very good. I think their passing game is really coming along. I think I'm dead serious with the Jacoby Myers stuff. The offensive line's still a little iffy, but the defense does cool stuff. So, yeah, Jaguars feeling really good along with the Texans. So we'll see how that AFC South shakes out. All right, we'll go to high number 3. Another AFC battle. This was another weather game. But this was Buffalo weather. So we got some snow. The Bills pull this one down 39-34. Very entertaining game. Josh Allen went full on Professor Chaos. I don't even say Professor Chaos. Like Josh Allen, I think runs most like an ostrich. And he had some, he runs like an ostrich. And he had some true ostrich runs today. 40-yard touchdown, the third and forever scramble to ice the game. Both times he makes a free runner miss. Peppering the tight ends all day. They were down 14-3. He created a couple times on 4th down, made some great plays, and then it was off to the races after that. But this game was a hoot. But yeah, Bills win by 5. Really needed too. Really needed. What'd you think about this one, Chuck?
Man, okay. Well, I guess I want to start off. I was in awe of like the athleticism of these guys during this, because all of them, because like as the game went along, like they had all adjusted to running on snow. Like because even with Josh Allen, like because Josh, like when he runs when it's nice outside, he's opening it up. And he's trying to like eat up yards as he can. But you even say waddling just a little bit, just try to keep the balance. And everyone's trying to adjust to like just stay up on their feet. And to kind of see like as the game goes along, now we're making one-handed catches. Like there were multiple one-handed catches in the second half of that game. Really just impressive display of just like overall skill and ability. And then like in the actual game, it's just ridiculously implosion by the Bengals. In the fourth quarter, it felt like they had a chance to just. Now I don't know. Put cruise controls is the right term, but like control that game in the second half because coming out of the break, you're up 21-11. And you get up 21 points in the fourth quarter, and I do think like that's probably where some of the elements came. Like anytime you're seeing like that, just a flurry of turnovers like that, get it? You're you're probably being affected by the elements just a little bit, but still like Joe shouldn't be dropping the ball in a situation like that when you're that close to the end zone in the fourth quarter when you need a touchdown and like you're giving the ball back to freaking Josh Allen with your defense. Right. I know they've been a little better recently, but they're still the Bengals defense. So I guess I was just a little frustrated with just how sloppy they got, but I do understand the elements were there. I just thought it was really just a wild game once it got to the fourth quarter. Like I'm still kind of struggling with my takeaways from it because like so much happened. I mean, you had 34 combined points in the fourth quarter alone, and a lot of it was just like slot plays. Like we've seen, like Benford had the interception, and then Burrow fumbled the ball, and it just really felt like it was getting out of control due to the weather. But still, really impressive day by the Bills to put this one over the finish line. And I don't know how I feel about them as a whole, but shoot, like the Jaguars, I guess good chance of anyone, because they can do something like that in the first quarter.
That's it. I know. That's the thing too. It's like, oh, it's snowing, and then both of these run defenses aren't great, so we're going to just see a lot of pound on the rock. Both guys go basically for 3 bills. Both guys go for 4 total touchdowns. It was like, oh, okay, never mind. James Cook fumbled at the goal line. Of course, hey, Joe Burrow's back in there. Bengals are going to get those goal line turnovers. That's what their defense does. The pick 6 was with Christian Benford, or however you want to call that. It was interesting because it was a corner cat, which is blitz. It's so hard. It's so weird. I've also noticed this. I'm not the only one, but everyone calls it a corner cat, and that's just what it's called. Like when you write the play down, it's just cat, blah blah blah, cat cover 2. And so it's corner cat, corner blitz, and what Joe Burrow's trying to do, it's a run play, and they called it it's a side adjust. So basically a hot route. And if that guy comes, then you just stop right there, like basically run like a little mini hitch, and we would pop the ball to you. And Burrow tried to just like shot put it or do whatever he did. And that play, the corner cat was in his head because Bedford got him earlier on a corner blitz.
Yeah.
And he blindsided him. So it's probably in his head too. Like, okay. And then they had an adjustment like, hey, if they bring this corner blitz, okay, we got this. Yeah, great. We'll probability chart that up there. But yeah, there felt like there was a lot of rises and falls in this game. But it just felt like those type of minutes. And then, like you said, it was like, okay, now the ball's back to Josh Allen. And it felt like to help maybe control the game. But there's also been a couple of weeks now. They did this with the Steelers too last week. The Bills were doing a lot of under center stuff. They were under center on 60% of their snaps. And I believe that was the most of the season, or second most of their season. They were under center 63% last week. They had 11 dropbacks from under center this week. Last week they had 10. So 11 was the season high. Before that was 8. Kind of some up and down plays, but I thought that was interesting because I was hoping they would add to their run game, and more under center dropback stuff adds to the run game. And you saw a couple of big plays to the tight ends off those. Little additions. It's not all perfect, but Josh Allen, man, when he's playing like this, it's like you say, like you're talking about like the Jaguars or this team, it's like, man, if you just got some of these aces in the hole, and Josh Allen is like a gigantic ace, that's the ace of spades. Like that's what this AFC playoffs feels like. It's like a decent game plan, which I've seen McDermott do, and Josh Allen in a run game. That's not a bad formula for the playoffs.
Yeah. That was the shoot. Like they have Josh Allen in a big offensive line, and that's enough, kind of. This year.
I know. And some Dalton Kincaid's out there, I guess some size at pass catchers. I don't know. It's not like the worst formula.
Why not? It's not the
why not? I know that's how I feel. I'm not canceling any team. Like you said, there was 8, like I was just half a dozen teams. I'm just like, yeah, sure. As long as they make it to the dance. Yeah.
I did feel a little bad for Joe Burrow because man, like he's been playing really well since he got back.
Oh my God.
And it felt like, because I was like, dude, why are you doing this? Like this season's cooked. Like you guys aren't making the playoffs. Why are you coming back? Well, it certainly looks healthy enough to come back.
Yeah.
Like over the first 3 quarters of the game, he averaged like 0.5 EPA per drop back. I mean, both these guys just had ridiculously efficient games through the course of it. Then, we saw in the fourth quarter, kind of got away from Joe a little bit. Really, I guess just their whole team. But, that's why they're 4-9. They're just ultimately they're just not a very good football team. I think we saw that in the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah, it was nice to see T. Higgins just doing that stuff. He's just such a good player. So I know and they're so competitive. I mean, shoot, we're not going to really talk about this game, but like Jane Daniels getting hurt again. It's like, man, your season's kind of cooked, but it's like they want to be out there. They want to play. And it's like just how it goes, and just hope they don't get hurt again. But no, I just like watching the Bills today. Like they're just such a Jekyll and Hyde team for me. It's like every time I watch them, I either feel real good about them or I just like, oh my God, do you guys even practice? Stop running a mesh. Yeah. And then they just have a game like this and it just feels so much better. All right, we'll move on to the other side of this show, and that is lows. We'll start with low number 1. And really it's just what's wrong with the Bucs? Saints go in and win.
What the hell was
20. What the hell was this is right? Because I went back and rewatched it, and that's all I kept asking myself too. Tyler Shuck finished with a higher dropback success rate than Baker. pretty substantially, actually. I would even say 45% for the Saints, 33% for the Bucs. Same amount of explosive plays. Yeah, and I really just kind of control it. We got to see some Devin Neal, who I'm a fan of, and I actually thought he had a nice performance. Some Audric Estime was in there as well, and the Bucs just kind of just a blah game, just a very blah game. That's the best way I can put it. But they're now tied with the Panthers for the AFC or NFC South. Chuck, what do you think about this one? This was yucky.
I kind of was not paying attention to this game until the second half because I just kind of didn't think I would need to.
Fine with that.
To be honest with you. So I threw it on one of my multi-view boxes, and I'm watching the second half. I'm like, why the hell is New Orleans like at midfield every time I look up?
Yeah,
and their average starting field position in the second half was their own 45-yard line. So that's why, because they were about starting every drive about midfield. So even when you are a bad team like the New Orleans Saints, which is a very bad football team, if you start at midfield for the entire half of football, you should be able to score some points, 3.4 points per drive, and ultimately they were able to get that across the finish line. Now, the one thing that I just don't know if I actually saw still, like I looked at my TV and I saw Tyler Shuck running for like 25 yards for a touchdown. I still don't know if that was real or not. But my God, Tampa Bay, like we've talked so much about how slow they are in the second level. And then just to see it culminate in this, and like, it's kind of crazy because they look like they could potentially win a game in the wild card earlier this season. And now, dude, they're definitely worse than the Panthers. And over the past month, like they've been playing like the damn Falcons.
And they're getting healthier.
Yeah, and they're getting healthier. So that's what's really confusing.
They've been playing worse. I know, it's the weirdest thing. I
don't get it. I really don't understand what's happening here.
I don't either. Shuck had 2 rushing touchdowns and another long run.
Yeah.
And I all year they've been kind of getting peppered a little bit with design runs, QB design runs, like read plays. They got them twice today, little zone read arc, which is like a lead blocker on a zone read. But like you mentioned, the back 7 looks slow. Levante David got sniffed. Like he was sniffing on the second long run. It wasn't a touchdown. And he was just looking in the backfield. Then no one could recover as soon as they got a block. That's maybe the best way to put it. No one can recover. And it's such an aggressive defense that if things don't work out, or you have to rally to make a tackle, or rally to, if it's a run play instead of a pass when you're blitzing, nobody is able to, there's no room for error on the defense right now. So yeah, they just feel a little bit slow. I mean, Shuck he ran well at the combine, or ran well, the spring, but he was outpacing the Bucs defenders pretty easily in this. And I like just looking him back, it wasn't like they did anything super outlandish on offense. It was just, they just kind of outperformed them. And the Saints defense has given several offenses some issues this year, including when they've played before, but it just, I don't know. I thought as they got healthier that the Bucs would just start kind of finding their groove. I knew that some of the first month of the season was kind of empty calories, like we've talked about a million times. But they've been crashing hard. Like this isn't like, oh wow, I thought they would have the talent to maybe sustain them a little bit.
Yeah, it's just it's weird. Like they're just like, and there's plays to be made too. But today, there's Baker's in the pocket. They're in the red zone, clean pocket. Wide open pass to Emeka Egbuka, who is just like basically walking to the end zone with no one within like 10 yards of him. And Baker, he threw it too high. Again, no pressure, just threw it way too high. And Emeka Egbuka it's one of those plays that like the hard-nosed say, oh, you got 2 hands on it, you should have caught it. I'm like, man, how about your quarterback who's not being pressured and it has a 7-on-7 opportunity? Actually, no, not even 7-on-7 because there's no defender there. You're throwing on air. Put the ball in his chest. How about that? That's always blow my mind how quarterbacks get away with that sometimes. Like, yeah, he's reaching up here and he's an NFL player and he's good and he should have caught it, but the NFL player throwing it to him should have made it a little bit easier for him. And it just kind of feels like that's where they are. It's just not a clean operation right now. Like Baker's been bad. Not like okay, like just flat out really bad over the past
few weeks
month. Like really since the Seattle game, almost unplayably bad. So I don't know what they're going to do this offseason, because now you're at the spot where, okay, been a couple of years since that Tom Brady Super Bowl. About time to flip the page. No more bridge stuff. Yeah, at some point you got to turn the page. And with how this is going now, it feels like it's time to maybe think about what the next era of Bucs football looks like. Like Baker is perfect for when you get the mercenary Tom Brady, you win the Super Bowl. You don't just want to fall off immediately. Go get someone like Baker Mayfield, but there's an expiration date on that, and I think we're about there.
They just on defense, even outside the Baker stuff, and even just like how the offense just kind of feels toothless right now, fangless, is on defense. They don't feel like they have any venom either. Like there's no edge rush. Like even in the run game, it feels like the edge. Like Vita Vea is Vita Vea. Vita Vea is a star of what he does and everything he does. But everything around him, orbiting around him, there's just not a lot of like
just run away from
big plays. Yeah, exactly. Just run to the outside. All right, cool, done. Antoine Winfield rocks. Like he's awesome, and they've had they have some cool players on the back end, but it's the front seven just doesn't have any tenacity. Anybody's that you're just like, yeah, you got really game up for this guy. And I mean, shoot, like you mentioned, like turning the page. Like I mean, that's a longer discussion. They're an interesting team to me. I mean, very interesting because they got a lot of good stuff, but they just got to figure out the head coach and quarterback, kind of more important things there. But it just does, like I've done now media since the 2020 season, and every time I do the Bucs defense, it's the same breakdowns. And, like that's nice for me sometimes doing my show and trying to analyze it. But now imagine being an NFL offense if you're competent enough. Or NFL offense that just has gone against it enough, you're going to have enough answers just easy because you just know what the defense is. So what does that mean? Well, we need personnel. And I think they've done a great Jason Light's done. I mean, he was one of the best drafters, I think, in the NFL. But just right now, this makeup of the team is just missing a couple pieces, I think, up there. And just the offense hasn't been dangerous enough. It just doesn't feel, the offense just doesn't feel right. I mean, I know the injuries have happened all year, but it just doesn't feel right. Yeah. It just needs something. So the Bucs go Falcons this week 15, I should say. Ooh. Then they go Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. So how do you think?
The thing is, all those games are winnable too. So that's the slop of the NFC South.
They got two against the Panthers. I like how the Panthers look much more than the Bucs, which is so crazy to say because just even quarterback situation too. We'll just move on to low number 2. This is another team that kind of feeling pretty good about them for a while, and they're going into the season. They have been pretty disappointed this year, and kind of thought it was still shaping up okay as everyone got healthy, and health still isn't helping. Ravens really in some jeopardy right now as the Steelers beat them 27-22. Chuck, what's up with the Ravens right now? Before we get into the Steelers, Ravens right now, before we even get into this, they have a 31% chance to make the playoffs. The Steelers have a 66% chance, according to the Athletics model. What's going on with those Ravens?
If your quarterback is like obviously super duper duper hurt, to me, it's kind of that simple. like I'm watching Lamar, and I actually thought, given where he is physically, he actually played. I thought he played okay today, but I mean, this is so much less than what he's capable of because. I just need people to remember that he did play MVP level ball for a full month before he got hurt this season. Like you go back and you look at what he did the first quarter season compared to what other quarterbacks did in the same time. It's like a top 3 or 4 player. Since then, since he got hurt and get to Chiefs game, missed a couple games, then has been playing in the games on Sunday without practicing during the week, which I think goes to show you how desperate they are to just try and squeeze something out this season. I mean, there's just no way you can really be a consistently productive player if you're not even healthy enough to practice. What am I supposed to expect you to do in the game? Just realistically. So, I know people are going to say, oh, an MVP should just rise above that. I mean, those people are mouth breathers. Like, just stay focused on the reality. Unfortunately, they're still in the hunt, so they're going to keep throwing him out there. Hopefully, he doesn't get like a serious injury because I'm watching him run, and even though he's like scored on that touchdown run. In the low red zone, like he's still hobbling out in the open field, and I think like I just think like he's like actually like hobbling. I'm just like, man, I just don't think this is necessary for Baltimore. Ultimately, like you should be able to look at yourself and say, hey, this season's cooked, man. Like we're not winning anything if we go to the playoffs. It's probably more important just to make sure he sits down and gets healthy for next year, because you're gonna feel real bad if he gets caught like trying to evade someone and do something that he always does, but he's not physically capable right now. So you still got a long time left on this Lamar Jackson thing, guys. Like stay focused on the long-term view. You don't want to end up like that team you just beat you today. That's still trying to figure out what the hell to do with their quarterback situation since Ben Roethlisberger got hurt, which was like 6 years ago now.
Or any of these other teams that just lost their starter again, like the Colts or the Commanders. Like, I mean, both their guys got hurt again.
Also,
last what? Yeah, go for it.
In terms of looking slow, Derrick Henry. I think he got loose a little bit today, but the long speed is
not the same.
It's gone. I think it's gone.
I have looked that up. The numbers confirm that, because when I watch him on film, I'm like, ooh, that cut's not as quick. Like it's just a little. It's all 80%. It's just a little step down, and that's the thing. It's the curve that it's not like all the way at the bottom. It's just that it's on the way down. So you're at like you're at like 2:00. On the way down, and Lamar last week, it was not even just the running, it was the throws he missed when he was clean. And that's where my alarms go off, because every quarterback in the history of time will miss a throw. It happens. Trevor had a great day today. He missed a flat route, just slipped out of his hand. I've seen Drake May in the middle of MVP talk as Troy Aikman's gushing about him. I'm loving everything he does, miss a throw. I've seen Aaron Rodgers miss throws. I've seen Tom Brady miss throws. Last week, he missed 5 throws that, like, what? Like, just, there was no, like, I can't come up with a theory of what happened. Oh, the timing was off. The receiver was short. His foot got stepped on. His arm got hit. Just a miss. And that's, to me, even more than, like, you're mentioning, too, is the runs, where it just doesn't, it feels just like it's 80% there. It's not as fast or as quick, and he's hobbling. Yeah. That missing throws is usually the, like, just a little sign. Like, it's like a cat that's not grooming itself. It's like,
especially the ones that
why are you doing that?
Especially when someone we know he can hit. Like I've seen him hit every single throw he's missed, and like hit them consistently. Yes. The guy's won 2 MVPs. Like I just
I know. You don't do that without doing this consistently.
right. He's less than a year removed from a 41 touchdown, 4 interception season. He's going to do something similar before he got hurt this year. So look, it's unfortunate because you feel the weight of these years, because they're all so precious, but. Just got to try again next year. Game's a game sometimes.
That's it. Neither team really got pressure, which is the way that you have to unravel Aaron Rodgers, which is always a thing with the Ravens. I do think the Ravens defense has been playing much better. But I thought that it was interesting. The Steelers passed. This is the highest they passed all season, or highest pass rate. They only had 15 design runs, which was a season low. They had 34 rushing yards on those design runs. They threw the ball at a 68% rate, 68.6%. But then the last fourth quarter, they had 3 straight 3-and-outs to end the game. And just third and longs or just a nothing. I thought it was, sorry, I just transitioned to Steelers talk, but the first play of the game cracked me up because it's just the Aaron Rodgers experience. Do you know what the first play was for the Steelers? It was the go ball to DK.
I did not see the first play.
So,
no.
Okay, so what cracks me up with Rodgers is that he doesn't really throw over the middle, because he's been like that for about 5 years now. End of days Packers. Doesn't want to throw a pick. Doesn't, especially if he doesn't have, Devontae Adams running those dig routes. So it's a play action, and it's like a toss boot fake. And on those toss fake, toss fakes, you're trying to get like against the grain action on the routes. So you toss, and then the routes come the opposite side. They have the routes coming the opposite side. He just throws the go to the outside. So there's no point in faking any of that. Like, there's no point in doing the fake if you're just going to throw a go ball, because you're not faking anything. It cracked me up because it was Rodgers. Because it was like, that play is not designed to throw a go ball. It's the first play of the game. So when people are like, oh yeah, he's taking over the offense again, I'm like, yeah, that's a perfect play. It's a great play. It works out great. But it just cracked me up because it was like, that's not how that play should be designed. Like, you don't do a toss fake to throw a go on the outside. But this is Rodgers' experience right now. Sorry, I had to talk about it because
moving's hard.
It made me chuckle.
What you don't want to move around on the field though. He's 42 years old. He just had his birthday. Let him sit there and do his fake fakes. His fake fakes, Ben
Skowronek got a cake from Skarsgård. Yeah, Rodgers had a scramble touchdown. Cracked me up. That was that took a while. He got there. That was 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then the Jalen Warren catch and run touchdown was a botch by Mike Green, if I had to guess. He was supposed to peel. It was a blitz, and the rookie for the Ravens. He was supposed to peel with Warren.
No young defenseman is ever going to look for that. They're never going to peel, bro.
No. Especially with the blitz, too. Yeah. Cross phase coming out. Because all week they probably ran that blitz, and the back protected. Picked up the blitz, so he just got to rush 2 and be a free runner at the quarterback. So all week he was like, and then all of a sudden,
so you're in golden retriever brain, getting golden retriever brain. Quarterback, there he is. I'm gonna get him. Oh no, did it again.
Who's that just ran by me?
That was maybe guard him.
That is your guy. Yes, that is your guy. Also, Zay Flowers almost had a 4th down where he went backwards, and I yelled at the screen. That was actually speaking of frustrating Ravens. The red zone sequences that they had, the Rashad Bateman drop, the sequence at the end of the game, that's been a frustrating part of their offense right now too. Like, because they can't run the ball like they used to. Talk about punting with the Ravens, but they can't run it. Jalen Ramsey tombstone Derrick Henry. I wouldn't say tombstone, but corralled him.
Oh, he got him
in space. Yeah. You saw that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a tough game for them, man. They're just discombobulated on offense right now. Really bad. But like you said, I'm with you. The red zone stuff. If this offense is having trouble scoring in the red zone, like they need to go back and look at everything in the offseason.
Yes.
Like, what are we doing wrong here? And it was funny. What I was laughing at earlier was it reminded me during the Rashad Bateman when he had the drop. They were gearing it up to like the announcers. They were gearing it up to make it seem like, bad ball, but like by Lamar, and then they showed in slow motion, like, you want to see that ball, probably get caught by the receiver. Yeah, that was yeah. Come on, that's when you got to catch.
You want a little better, but oh shoot, no, actually, it was just right over there. Yeah, no, I know they're a frustrating team. It's like one of those things where it's like when your strengths just don't become your strengths and they're just outright weaknesses. It's like what happened? Like you said, they got to go back to the drawing board. You're not scoring in the red zone with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, which was going for like 7 yards a pop last year. What happened? Okay, we got to figure this out. But like I mentioned, Steelers driver's seat in the AFC North. They're a funky team too. But I do think the run game has some nice moments, even if they didn't get to it today. Aaron Rodgers and DK can have their moments as well, and the defense can have their moments. We got Jalen Ramsey nailing some guys, and I think their front can have some moments too. Like they can stifle it. Who cares in the AFC? It's everybody's live in the AFC. Just make it to the dance. That's how it's going right now. Who cares if the quarterback doesn't throw it over the middle and just chucks go balls? Whatever. Woo! Just as long as you're decent enough, it's live in the AFC. All right, low number 3. This is we had to squeeze this one in here. I feel like just like sausage this one in here. Well, the Falcons are officially eliminated from playoff contention. Their draft pick is sitting in the top 10 at number 9, going to the Rams. They lose to the Seahawks 37-9. It was a little frisky early, and then just got way away from them as the game went along. Thoughts?
Yeah, that third quarter,
Charles,
pretty bad. I mean, dude, I thought he was
chronological here.
Since Michael Penix have gotten hurt, I watched 2 drives of Falcon football today. I watched a couple drives in the third quarter of that game because I was confused. Like, why is this game tied? I just kind of hit the eject button on the season because. What's here? What's here? What am I supposed to be excited about? We got a lame duck head coach. The quarterback just had his 3rd ACL tear. He's like his 5th season-ending injury in the last 7 years. Your first-round pick belongs to a Super Bowl title or a Super Bowl contender who you play on Monday Night Football on Week 17. And since you just lost to the Jets last week and you lost 37-6 to the Seahawks today, I don't know how I can confidently say the Falcons win another game this week or this season. So, like, you could be looking at a scenario in Week 17 where the Rams are punching in, like, potentially a home game in the playoffs plus a top 5 pick for themselves with the same win. Just really embarrassing stuff. I don't know, because people ask me, like, well, what's next for the Falcons? Man, I don't know. Like, what are they going to do? Like, you're going to go sign some more vet minimum free agents again? with your no first round pick, no cap space, haven't even cut Kirk Cousins yet, haven't asked, like, all right, like this is done. And but what I think at least there's been like a sense of clarity, I think, that has hit the fan base recently. It's like, if you don't get that 2027, what's probably going to be a top 3 pick, right? You're cooked until the end of the decade, bro. So I'm not going to sit here and watch these games. Not until we have a new head coach and a new front office, because like this is first grade kindergarten crap. These guys stink, and there's nothing to play for. Like, bench Bijan for the rest of the season. Don't let Drake come back from injury. Put Kyle Pitts on ice and extend him, please. And then maybe we can talk about like negotiation. Yeah, he was great today. He's been good this season, even though people still like making fun of him, because he'll drop a pass every once in a while, and somehow that negates all the good stuff that he does that keeps his offense like semi-float when they have absolutely nothing around them. So, yeah, just a really bad, useless season from the Falcons that is going to get you absolutely nowhere. But that Week 17 game will be absolutely hilarious if they lose and they get the Rams a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I don't have much to add here. I just have
they have nothing. There's nothing here. They don't even have money to sign free agents.
When they signed drafted Penix, we're not going to be drafting this high anymore. So that's why we got to take the quarterback now.
Because the Rams are.
Then the Rams are. The Rams
they're not. The Rams are doing. Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're still right on that. Congratulations.
You kind of nailed it. I just want to see what they do with the people in power. Like, there's just so much, because now whoever comes. So okay, say they do fire Raheem, then it goes, all right, potential coach. We don't have a first round pick, and this is the quarterback we drafted with the old regime, and he's coming off a knee injury.
Who cares about him?
And we have no cap space to sign a guy that you want, maybe like a vet stopgap that you maybe want.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. People, Falcons fans ask me, could they make a move for Mac Jones? And they can't afford to pay Mac Jones, even if he was going to be a free agent. Mac's going to command like $25 million. They can't do that. they're projected $14 million.
There's a middle class now for quarterbacks. It's not cheapies anymore.
It's not. And like I was looking at their cap table though. They're like $14 million in projected cap space for next year, and that's before you get rid of Kirk Cousins, which is still going to be a pricey little penny. So yeah, it's over. It's just over. I can't believe people are still defending the James Pierce trade. I don't care how many sacks he's getting. He's playing 50% of the snaps. That's not worth the top 5 pick. That's crazy. Come on. Right. I know we've been down bad for pass rush, but not that bad. Get your standards back. Come on. Rise up against these fools.
I got not much else to add. I'll go see how. I mean, honestly, that when I did watch that game, it was like Darnold wasn't playing great to start, and it just didn't matter. Like that, but that's the difference in tiers from like true contender, because I could consider Seahawks up there, and like a team that wanted to be a contender, and it's just every step is just knocked them further and further back. Yeah, that's the difference. They can go on the road, not even play a perfect game, and win by almost 30. Like, that's the big. I mean, you got to. Okay, sorry, I know you already went on the rant, but just like think before they even drafted Penix, the Kirk Cousins signing was like their like the coup de grace. Like, that was like their hey, we did it. Like, now we're pushed over the top now, and then just ever since. Just none of it's made sense since then. I mean, don't have them shop before free agency. Don't collude like that. It doesn't work out for anybody. All right, wrapping up the show. Extra credit. We had some rookies battling in Cleveland. Yes, it was in Cleveland. The Titans win 31-29. And another wet game. The over-under for this game, I think, was 33.5. And both teams almost scored that. It was 31-29. Cam Ward finished with 117 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shedeur Sanders finished with 3 touchdowns and 364. Harold Fannin was unreal today. 8 receptions, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. That is a football 301 / I would say especially a Charles McDonald favorite, Harold Fannin Jr. Yeah, he's a stud. Cam Ward had some hero moments. So good. I thought, even on some drops. Tony Pollard had some great runs. Kind of entertaining game, actually. It was pretty entertaining. This actually got a quad box for me, a multi-box for me for the whole thing. But any thoughts on the extra credit game?
First of all, Harold Fannin has a chance to get 1,000 yards this year, which I'm not sure people are realizing how ridiculous it is. He had 100 yards today, so that puts him over, I think, about 700 for the season. with a month left.
Probably
That
everyone
puts him at
listening can hear me
over
just
700.
Oh, he's got a shot. He's got a shot.
He's got
He's
a shot. I mean,
yeah.
Where's he at right now?
619.
619.
So he's got to go bananas for the last 4 weeks.
Okay, so that's including today. But still, point stands. I mean, you're a third round tight end on one of the worst offenses that like I've seen in quite some time, and you're still putting up these numbers like in an efficient manner. And he's
like
getting
the best player on the
every
field
week too. Seriously, like he is a tank when he gets the ball in his hands. So that was fun. The Browns offense, like in general today, though, like Shador had a nice throw on the 60-yarder. You know, again, there's another week where like Stefanski had a great screen game. Like they had another huge screen explosive to Judkins. And then, you know, like once halftime hit, man, like the Browns offense, they went a long time without doing anything. Basically until the last 5 minutes of the game, they were getting nothing from their passing game. Like they're still able to having some nice runs, but passing game had gotten bad. Like, you know, hold on to the ball too long, the usual stuff. I'm not these people who are like just nuts. Like you got a couple plays today. You know, I guess you can be mad at for some reason Kevin Stefanski for the 2-point conversion when like watch the play, man. He forgot to pitch the ball. I don't know why. I don't know why you're mad at the coach for that. Like I don't know. This should just become like MTV, like real life stuff for people. And I'm just glad there's 4 games left so we can get back to talking about the good teams. I mean, I've never seen this much time spent on like a backup quarterback for the Browns. It's really crazy. The adoration that this is getting, because I think when you sit with it for a little bit, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But Judkins on that last play, it was so funny to see. Like I don't remember the player he was supposed to pitch it to, but the slow motion replay when he's just running past him, he's like got his hands out like, hey, give me the ball. And then you have like and then you have Judkins, like he's getting to the sideline. And as he gets to the sideline, Judkins like, I forgot something.
Oh, shoot.
Well, I forget. Yes. Oh, I still have the ball. I still have the ball. And then he reverses field. Honestly, for where he was and how far he threw it, not a bad ball, but pretty good play on the ball by the Titans. But when they zoomed out and they showed it, dude.
Oh, so good.
Not only like they had an eligible offensive lineman like doing the rollout.
Yep.
He was covered by a DB, but you're never gonna throw the ball to him. But it was so wide open on the backside because they had full chase, front side chase by Titans, and then a perfect 3-on-3 on the backside. He's walking in 2 different paths. If you just pitch him the ball, how do you forget to pitch him the ball? It's the one thing you have to do. It's the only thing you have to do.
And now we
have to deal with all these crazy people who don't watch football, don't even like football. It's ridiculous. Come on. Quinshawn, you did
why
this
was
to
he
us.
not on the
you
field?
Did this to us.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Myles Garrett got 20 sacks. He's got 20 sacks now. I didn't realize that.
That's happening on this team. That is happening on this team. Don't forget that. I forgot it. Maybe because of this crap.
Yes. Truly one of the greatest defensive seasons you'll ever see. As far as just rushing the passer and playing run defense, Myles Garrett right now. And that's really, this is what's going on with this team. And this team lost. The Browns lost. Titans won.
They did lose, yes. But I just need people to stay focused on like the things that are like actually cool that are happening here. Like Myles Garrett, with 4 games left, he needs 3 sacks, 3 full sacks to break the sack record. He's got 20 sacks, man, through 13 games. We should not be talking about the quarterback situation on this team when they're about to pick. Like they're slobbering at the Mendoza performance on Saturday. You know, like that's the part of the process that we're at here.
But the brains reset overnight. You know this. The brains reset.
Right, like
overnight.
You forgot. Like
it's 51st states.
No, like literally, I was watching the game. I had a bunch of friends over yesterday watching the Ohio State Indiana game. And they were like, oh, wow, like Mendoza really is as good as you guys say. I'm like, yeah. And then, you know, they watched one or 2 throws today. Like, no, Browns can't take that Mendoza stuff. Like, hey, it's December. It's December, guys. The draft was in April. You're about 8 months behind. Let's.
That was a good game.
8 months ago.
Ohio State, Indiana was a good game. That was 2 good defenses going at it, boy. Yeah, no, that was a fun game.
Julian saying though.
I'm glad. Yeah. I know a Heineke when I see one. Yeah, I still like Mendoza. That was real good. I'm excited for the college
He's
football
really
playoff.
good.
Might have a special guest for that.
I don't know how you could come. I don't know how you can walk away from that game thinking Mendoza's not the first pick of the draft. Honestly, like that was crazy. That was the Avengers, guys.
I know there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback. Well, the Jets won. They have the pick 7, but like I really do like him for a lot of the teams that need him because he's just steady. He's just gonna bring competence. Like it's not just this guy pie in the sky mystery box quarterback. It's like there's proof of concept. Like this guy can like, okay, what the ceiling is the big discussion, but it's like his ceiling. I think his floor is so high. He's just so efficient and so accurate. Yeah. Like I don't know. I have one more thing on the draft. He makes sense for these teams. Oh yeah, go for it.
I got one more thing on the NFL and draft before we get out of here. The race for the number 1 pick is actually kind of fascinating right now because again, like last year, there are so many bad teams. There's 3 teams with a 2-11 record: the Giants, Raiders, and Titans, and then another 5 teams with 3-10 records: Cleveland, New Orleans, Washington, the Jets, Arizona, and the Falcons, who are setting. Oh no, excuse me, not the Falcons are 4-9. So all those teams before Atlanta. I mean, that's 8 teams within 1 game of the number 1 overall pick, and we've seen Arizona. Kyler Murray's not coming back there. The Jets need a quarterback. New Orleans probably needs a quarterback. Cleveland needs a quarterback.
Vegas needs a quarterback.
Yeah, like this is going to get actually kind of fun to see who can sprint to the bottom here.
It is.
It's a log jam right now. Log jam.
I saw some Titans people like root the Titans. I saw some Titans fans rooting on Mendoza, not because they like want him for Cam Ward, but because they want people to trade up for it, so to their pick, so they can trade back. And I was like, yeah, you guys are rooting for the exact right things, like understanding your quarterback's pretty dang good, and understanding like, move back just a little bit and get some draft capital because you guys need it big time. No, that is. Well, it was funny because you mentioned that. I was like, oh, what pick are they now? And I looked up Tankathon, which we have up here on the YouTube show too, and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of double digits there. There's a lot of also. Lost 7, lost 8, lost 5.
Yes.
Bad. Props, you know what? Props to the Dolphins. They've won 4 straight. They're 6-7.
They fought. Don't quit, man.
Hey, Mike McDaniel's got them playing, man. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Save the job.
I thought they were left for dead. Yeah, I thought they were left for dead in week 1 when they got blown out by the Colts. I was like, oh yeah, they white flagged it. I mean, they're 6-7. I mean, so many of these other teams are just giving up. So yeah, props to them. Yeah, entertaining week 14. Setting the stage for should be an entertaining last month of the 2025 NFL season. Thanks for joining me, Chuck. We're closing it out today.
Yep.
I'll be back on Tuesday with Matt with some more on week 14, some fun stuff, some more superlative stuff. I'm Nate Tice. You can find me at Nate_Tice. That's Charles McDonald. You can find him at 4Verts on social media. Subscribe to us, rate us, follow us, wherever you get your podcasts, or watch us on YouTube on the Yahoo Sports YouTube channel right here. All of you that are watching us live, I really appreciate it. So make sure to like and subscribe us here. Really appreciate you all of that. Thanks to Stone Austin Madison behind the scenes. Appreciate you guys as well. And thank you, Evan Douglas, for saying this is a favorite part of your Sunday. It's my favorite part too, hanging out with you guys. But thank you so much. See you guys on Tuesday. Thank you all for listening. See you guys next time.